Hi, I'm Matt from Formula, and welcome to our Research and Development Centre. We do all forms of research and development, all the way from designing and developing our own race cars, to simulators, to running cars in racing series and rallying all over the world. We also do a lot in the Asian Classic Car Championship, so do look out for us. For any information, do contact us with the number down below.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round one of the Adrenaline Impact iRacing Malaysia Championship here at Tsukuba Circuit. We're going to be using the Course 2000 layout. The weather's looking nice and chilly for the race. I'll be your commentator for this evening, Matthew Palmer. We have our director on board as well, Carol Alang. Paduka Shoaib will be in the race steward room as soon as he can get there. And it's looking to be a nice bright day for motor racing here in Tsukuba. We have a full grid of cars. 46 entrants have lined up. We even had a few overflow as well, so do apologize to all the racers who can't quite get onto the leaderboard, but it's a fantastic response there. So far we have an amazing 1 minute 3.976 second lap from Saiful Arifin, with Ilham Halabi and Nigel Chua very, very close behind indeed. Ahmad Nurazam is still also very, very close there in fourth position, so it looks like it's going to be a very, very quick, very, very entertaining race for you this evening. Having a look at some of the form on free practice one that we held in Friday, we had a very, very close racing all the way up and down the leaderboard. We have a full grid of cars here, so it's going to be a very, very entertaining race indeed. So we have the guys practicing up and down the leaderboard here. We have Nigel Chua in third position there in the Speed Tavern car. Absolutely fantastic looking vehicles all up and down the leaderboard. We'll have teams as well. So we have a teams championship and a drivers championship that we'll be scoring points in. We have the Auto House FCR team car. Amir Farid Young there driving that rather colourful liveried Mazda. All the cars here will be on a fixed setup, so absolutely down to the driver and the driver's ability to drive to the car, as opposed to trying to set the car up to their specifications, to their feel. We have Kelvinder Singh, one of the quick guys out there. I believe he is got his own livery on the car right now. KSS Gaming looking very resplendent. Car number 285 is another very, very quick car out there at the moment, but you can see the times have tumbled in comparison to Friday practice and all the testing that they've done. We were coming into this event thinking that we'll be looking at a 104.9 pole lap time, but they've seemed to have dropped the pace by a massive margin indeed. Shamir Aizan there in the Rab Pro Garage car in that unique digital camo livery. Absolutely fantastic. He's going to be one to look for in the midfield pack. Very, very quick driver indeed. And we also have Jezrin Jali, who will be out there pushing as hard as he can to try and get the results that he need. Paduka is with us right now. Hi Paduka.
Hai, apa khabar?
Baik. So apa perasaan dapat nampak 46 entrant dalam event pada masa ni?
Ni satu pencapaian yang orang kata satu permulaan dan juga pencapaian yang harus kita raikan, bila mana yang kita sedia maklum bahawa AI ataupun Adrenaline Impact memang sebelum ni banyak terlibat dalam orang kata sebagai media di dalam perlombaan-perlombaan seperti drag di Malaysia dan juga beberapa lagi siri-siri rally. So bila mana dia datang ke dalam dunia sim racing dan terus membuat satu event yang dipanggil buat pertama kalinya dalam sejarah di Malaysia, Adrenaline Impact iRacing Malaysia Championship round yang pertama pada hari ini. So ianya satu benda yang satu perkara yang sangat menggembirakan dan sangat teruja.
So apa bagi Paduka sebagai steward, official steward pada race ini, apa perasaan nampak 46 kereta dekat track ni? Mungkin kerja anda mungkin akan jadi susah ke tak?
Okey. Okey, seperti sedia, mungkin ada yang tak tahu ataupun kita boleh just share. Okey. Saya dilantik untuk menjadi official steward untuk perlombaan Impact iRacing Malaysia Championship ini selama beberapa round, hingga maksudnya overall dia. So ia satu tugas yang bukan boleh dianggap mudah, dan ianya sudah mestinya penuh dengan cabaran. Dan tapi kita akan praktikkan dengan seperti sebelum ni, jika pernah melihat bagaimana kita mengatakan yang macam mana kita nak mendidik driver-driver yang terlibat dalam perlombaan sim sebagai sim racer ni. So mereka tidak boleh lah orang kata menganggap ianya sekadar game. Jadi ianya harus dititik beratkan, maksudnya sportsmanship yang kita tekankan sebelum ni. So kalau ada protes atau apa saja, mereka perlu melalui saluran yang betul. So saya diberitahu oleh pihak organizer untuk mengingatkan para pelumba bahawa kita ada apa orang kata platform ataupun cara untuk kita protes. So antara yang tidak digalakkan dan ianya akan memberi impact pada memberi kesan juga kepada driver itu sendiri, mana kalau menggunakan media sosial untuk protes dan juga tidak mengikut saluran yang betul untuk protes. So kemungkinan benda-benda yang akan berlaku seperti kena ban untuk satu race, ataupun kalau dah di warning dia masih lagi ni, mungkin boleh di ban untuk keseluruhan championship ini. So macam cakap tadi, itu bukan satu tugas yang mudah buat saya, tapi kita akan bersama dengan beberapa lagi steward-steward yang lain yang juga membantu di belakang tabir.
Ya, itu dia. Paduka, kalau ada apa pesanan kepada semua racers yang di luar, nampaknya macam mungkin ada aliran trafik yang agak tinggi kat track pada kali ini. So ada apa-apa petua yang boleh dibagi untuk sempurnakan race ni?
Okey, kita faham yang format kali ini sangat apa orang kata mengikut cara sebenar di dunia sebenar ni. Maknanya kita akan bersama-sama dengan rakan-rakan yang lain juga dalam sesi qualifying nanti ataupun bila race nanti. So harus apa orang kata dititik beratkan adalah sabar. Kita harus sabar memberi apa orang kata nak buat qualifying, catatan masa atau time race nanti pun, benda yang paling utama adalah sabar. Walaupun kita tahu kita laju, walaupun kita tahu kita boleh ambil corner tu, tapi jika tidak selamat, maknanya boleh menyebabkan insiden dengan pihak lain. So better kita give and kita take balik sebelah, give and take lah. So itu sedikit nasihat. So saya mengharapkan juga yang perlombaan round yang pertama ni akan walaupun kita tahu sudah semestinya ada drama, tapi kita mengharapkan clean dan sportsmanship itu yang harus ditekankan. Ya. Dan kalau ada apa-apa masalah, mesti kena ikut aluran yang betul. Ya, betul. Ya. So nampaknya ada lagi 10 minit sebelum bermula qualifying. Saya fahamkan yang anda masih nak bagi briefing untuk diorang, so saya akan lepaskan anda untuk buat sementara waktu. Tapi kalau ada apa-apa announcement nanti, harap-harap kita boleh berbincang lagi lah. Boleh, tak ada masalah. Saya akan masuk nanti ketika jika ada apa-apa masalah yang kita boleh laporkan. Okey, terima kasih. Sama-sama. So that was Paduka Shuib, our official steward for this event. He was just giving us a little bit of information. We now have a full-blown appeals and protests system in place, but we do remind everyone to get your protests in through the official channels. Make sure you follow the regulations if you're still out there, and yeah, hopefully we'll have a nice clean race and we won't have
Paducah working overtime tonight. In the meantime, 51 minutes have been run, another 9 minutes to go in the practice session. Everybody will now be either finishing their long runs to try and get a feel of tyre wear and fuel consumption, or trying a few fast laps. They won't be adjusting the cars because the cars have a fixed setup, and the drivers will have to adjust themselves or their driving styles in order to try and get the cars working exactly the way they need them to.
Hi, Matt.
So yeah, hello.
Okay, so welcome everybody to the stream, and this is our first time. I'm Khairul Alang as a director for broadcast and the event. And today we're seeing the times have quite improved. I think it's due because the timing of the day, this is set to morning. The previous track days were done on afternoon sessions where the temperatures were quite horrifying. So
I did notice that the temperatures for this particular session are some 10 degrees lower than FP1, so
yeah,
that could be a reason why we've lost a full second in terms of pace.
yeah.
But still, these drivers have improved quite a lot as well, I can see. And the fight for the top is looking to be very, very good.
Yeah, we hope to see some competitive but safe moves, and I hope that everybody cooperates and give way to blue flags and hear out the marshals, and
Yes.
hopes everything goes smooth.
Yeah, and we hope that everyone as well will be entertained by the racing out there on the track. It's been quite a long and arduous road for the both of us to try and get this broadcast up and running, so we do want to thank everyone for their support before we head into qualifying session. It's been absolutely humbling.
Okay, on screen we have Afizul Jai from Android King.
Yes.
So he's among of the three racers in his team. I think there's just 3 Junos, maybe. I'm not remembering well, but he has committed to sponsor championship prize in form of a Pandora box arcade game. That's quite interesting. Yeah.
That is absolutely fantastic. I have actually tried one of those before in one of my overseas trips, and they are absolutely a lot of fun. So that's fantastic news from Android King. So thanks to those guys a lot.
Yeah. And among other teams that we can see here are from Uncle Uncle Racing. I think it's Uncle Racing.
Yeah.
You have to check the but
I believe it is something like that, Uncle Racing, with Tedco as a major backer. So that's going to be fantastic for them.
In this team, we have Dominic Ang, we have Ruben Wong, and also Tengku Izan. Yeah, so they'll be the uncles of the day. Nice liveries though.
These even though they have a fairly good sense of humor about themselves, but these 3 are very, very experienced racing drivers in the real world. So we'll be looking to see some really scintillating action from these guys. This is the veteran team of the whole thing. I've known Ruben Wong for quite a while.
All of them are real racers.
Yeah.
Well experienced. Formed internationally. We won some events outside and inside Malaysia.
Yeah. I mean, Ruben Wong is not only a very, very talented engineer that I've known for quite a while, but he's also a very, very good racing driver, especially in touring cars and GTs and things like that. Dominic Ang, well, there's nothing much more you can say except that he is a GT driver par excellence and also a very, very good touring car driver. Come up through the Malaysian system, and not much can be said about Tengku Ezan Lee. Mr. Tin himself has been very, very entertaining in all his endeavours, so it's going to be a real fun team to watch.
Another team to watch out is SSAD. They have loads of guys. I think split into 2 teams. I think so. One is Go SSAD or something like that. Yeah, we have to double check. All of the team entries are quite last minute. So it's quite fun to see them teaming up.
Yeah, we've seen some alliances, some unlikely alliances, and some obvious alignments as well. But SSAD, if I'm not mistaken, is a driver training firm.
Yeah,
Performance driver training, race car training as well. So we'll see a lot of those guys.
Short for split second or something, huh? Split second advanced driving, I think.
Yeah, split second advanced driving. And if you guys watching the stream, by the way, do happen to know what SSAD stands for, do leave us a comment down there below amongst with any other mistakes. I say this every time because we do want to improve on our stream, so do leave us a comment down below. We will read them once the stream's over, or I do at least. And whilst you're down there leaving a comment down below, do like us, share us on the stream. It's free, don't worry about it. And if you're feeling generous, send us a star or two. We'd really appreciate it.
Okay, next we have Budi Alfami, which one of the members of Speed Tavern. So
Fantastic.
yeah, these guys also run servers in Assetto Corsa. So I have got an invitation from them to broadcast. Maybe later we'll try to talk about what we can do.
Because Assetto Corsa is another very, very popular simulator that a lot of drivers use. Some say it's better at things like GT3 cars and high downforce cars. There's a lot of back and forth about all that.
The latest iteration is the Assetto Corsa Competizione, which is only forming of GT3 cars.
Yeah. Well, basically, you can drive GT3 cars at other locations, but this is the official series for Blancpain, GT Endurance Championship and GT Sprint Championship. So if you want the true Blancpain experience, you would have to go to Assetto Corsa Competizione. And yeah, Speed Tavern has been a big name in Assetto Corsa, and it's nice to see them here on the other side.
Yeah. So we also have Mr. Azman. Mr. Azman is the founder of SimR Garage. So what he does is solutions for sim racing equipment.
Yes.
Yeah, he's quite famous. Yeah,
he's basically one of the foremost system integrators for sim racing in Malaysia. He's been around for a very, very long time. He's well respected in the community, and also I have to say, not a bad driver himself.
Yeah.
And I believe he is racing as SimR Garage. So there is a team SimR Garage as well. You're looking at the livery here, and we'll see some quick drivers in that team as well.
Another guy from Auto House FCR is Amir Farid. Yeah, I think he's streaming also. Just dropped by his stream. He does very good streams.
Yes, we'll have quite a few guys out here racing around, streaming as well. I believe Taichi and Yagami, who's one of the biggest streamers on Facebook when it comes to racing games, he's also in the race here somewhere. Under his real name, which is slightly disappointing, but that's okay. But do look out for the individual drivers' streams. I believe some of them would be posting them on the Adrenaline Impact group.
Yeah, Taichi, I think his real name is Afif.
Afif,
yeah,
yes.
He's driving for Todak today.
There you go.
And we've got some sad news. Some people didn't make it to the 46 slot. So among them was our dear friend Michael Hafiz. I'm so sorry, Michael. Are you listening?
We do have to apologize because we have quite a lot of people who didn't make the cut when it came to the 46 quiz. We don't have any other splits. This is the only split we're running for this evening, and unfortunately, while Muhammad Afif managed to get in, Michael Hafiz did not. So hopefully Michael will be giving Taichi all the help he can get from the pit wall this time around, and hopefully we'll see him at round 2.
Okay, right now we've started qualifying.
Yes,
so on to you. I'm gonna be on the cameras.
All right. So that's our director Karol Alang there, just giving us a quick run through the teams that have been entered for this event. So it's going to be some exciting racing going on. There's, like I mentioned, not only a drivers' championship but the teams' championship as well. Some of the teams are going to be quite big. The way it works is the top 3 drivers in each team will score the points for the team. So hopefully we'll see some guys out there, some team action going on. Meanwhile, the first car out, and the first car to start their qualifying lap is Amir Farid Yan, and you can see the teamwork already. We have another Autohaus FCR car, Jezrin Jali, behind him as well. Jezrin Jali. And now the real challenge here, as you can see from the mini-map on the right hand side of the screen, and the relatives down in the bottom right hand side of the screen, is that there's going to be a lot of traffic. It's going to be a real art to try and find enough of clear space in order to get a clean lap in for qualifying. It's going to be a real challenge. These guys will be starting off from the grid, so it's going to be really, really tricky to try and get everyone sort of safely around without being blocked by any traffic. So it's going to be a real challenge there. Azam Azni is now quickest. Azman Abdullah 1:14. These will be quite slow lap times. They'll probably take 2 to 3 laps to try and warm the cars up, but it's a nice little shot of Samir Aizan there trying to push the car a little bit harder. He's in the Rab Pro Drag car. So Rab Garage.
We've got Jezrin Jali here.
There we go. Jezrin Jali, he's the first to set a truly fast lap time, 104.8. Ruben Wong has gone 105.9. We have Nigel Chua, who's gone quickest with 104.6. Is only 3 minutes into the session there, so a lot of these drivers will either go out and do a very slow warm-up lap or try and do a fast lap on the first go, just to make sure they have a good enough lap time to get them as far as they can up the grid. So there's a little bit of tactics in qualifying here. So some of the guys will be pushing quite hard at the start, then perhaps going into the pits, having a change of tyres, as we see Saiful Arifin there in the Android King car. They're going to be one of the teams to watch. But we also have some privateers. Ilham Halabi there. He's 23rd, but we know he's going to go much, much quicker. I think he's just got a very gentle sighting lap in, and now he's going to go and push the car faster. Saiful Arifin has now finished his lap. He's at a 104.119. I do apologize. So he's very close to the 103 barrier. 1 minute 3 seconds would be the lap to have for these guys around Tsukuba circuit. And considering these cars have the standard engines and transmissions in them, that is a very, very fast lap time out of a Mazda MX5. Very, very close to that magical 1 minute barrier. We have Ahmad Norazam has gone into second. So currently, as it stands now at 4 minutes, Saiful Arifin is in provisional pole position, followed by Ahmad Norazam, Jezrin Jali, Nigel Chua, Dominic Ang, Noor Rafai. And we have Ilham Halabi has gone faster he's gone into third position with a 104.271. We know he can go faster. Now we're tracking Shamir Aizan around the track there. You can see he's very, very smooth. He's definitely trying to drive the car using all the tenets of momentum driving that they would have learnt from testing and pounding these cars around Tsukuba circuit. Not only would they have entered our Friday free practice session, but also we had a private session on Saturday, and a lot of these guys would be off on their own, pounding around the circuit, trying to get the fastest lap times they can around here. So Shami Aizan, we'll see how much quicker he'll go in the 404 car. He does not go quicker.
Maybe there's an outlap.
Perhaps, yeah. And
or maybe he's gone off track.
Perhaps he has gone off track. Now this is going to be the tricky situation. Now practically all the cars are out on track. Saiful Arifin has decided to pit, and Mohammad Zikri has also decided to pit as well. There's Ruben Wong in the URT cars. One of the URT cars, again, a lot of experience in that team. So we'll see. We're hoping to see some pretty spectacular racing from those guys. But now we're going to see some of the guys try and pit in. Lloyd Lachlan has now gone on with a 12th, and we have, I think, that was Ruben Wong with a 104.688. So that's going to be a very good time for him. He'll want to try and go quicker, but there's still about 9 minutes left in the session. But as you can see, the real challenge right now is traffic. There's barely... Ooh, Official Jai just there. Jai Bluebird, as he's known in the drifting community, he's just gone off. He's gone a little bit too sideways there. And there we go. Andre Abadar is one of our sort of maybe foreign-ish drivers, because as we say here, they are actually supposed to be Malaysian residents, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're Malaysian citizens. So let's just say that he's been, to be fair, a very, very good supporter of SRE racing. So we've seen him race quite a few times through here, and he's very, very consistent indeed. So we'll be seeing some fast times from Andre Ambadar, I'm sure, near the end of the session. But speaking of fast times, I can see now 3, 4, and 5. 3 seconds separate first place to 32nd place.
Yeah.
That is how close this is going to be. This is going to be absolutely insane for the first few laps. But right now, the real challenge for these guys is going to be who is at the front of the queue at the end of the qualifying session. Who has got the track in front of him to be able to push hard. It looks like Dominic Ang has that track position in front of him. There doesn't appear to be any cars ahead, apart from one, but he's going into a straight, so he will be able to try and sort it out. But it looks like he's going into the pits there, so it's going to be real tricky for these guys to try and get a good lap time. So far, the only person in the 103 bracket is Saiful Arifin, 103.836. Amanur Azam is a 104.188. Let's see if he can go any faster. You can see the FCR Outer House guys using the classic touring car technique of nose to tail driving during qualifying. This is to try and give the train of two cars there a good aerodynamic advantage down the straights. It also means that both drivers can learn from each other. So in this sort of situation, especially with all this tight racing with a lot of drivers out on track, perhaps the train style of qualifying might be useful tactic to have. But as you can see there, they're working as a team to try and carve their way through the field, try and make some space for everyone, and try and get Amador Azam to a quick lap time. You can see a lot of the cars now pulling to the right when they're not on a flying lap, which is very much appreciated, I'm sure, by Amador Azam. He's got a clear run through the final corner. A little bit of understeer there, but very, very late apex. That will carry him a lot of speed. He's on the grass and the exit there. He uses every single inch of the road and more. And that's a 104.188. That's not enough to get him into first position. But we have Ilham Halabi in the pits. We have Wicket Low in the pits as well. No Rafai and Farizal Akmal. So this is going to be... There's going to be quite a few drivers that are quite quick who are still in the pits. Colin Chia has just done a 105.445. That means he's still in 16th position. But Kalvinder Singh, Lloyd Lachlan and Malvinderjit Singh, all four of those guys are in the pits still, so we might see an improvement from all those guys. Funnily enough, all four of them with a 104.9. Meanwhile, the fastest guy on a 105 is Adi Rahimi Rashid. Adi Stoner, as his friends like to call him. The fastest man on the 104s is Amanur Azam, second place man. Nigel Chua is in fourth position, the Speed Tavern Mazda. That's a 104.334 for him. We're now in 10 minutes, we're in the final 5 minutes of the session. That's Muhammad Zafri, aka Ajib. He is another one of the Todak Motorsports drivers in the 555 car. He's going to go for a quick lap. He's had quite a lot of experience in iRacing, so it'll be interesting to see how good of a lap he can string together, but they can see the smoke up ahead. In situations like this, you have to back off. You don't want to put yourself in a dangerous situation, especially when the track is this busy. So perhaps he'll try for another lap after this one, just to make sure he can get as much improvement as he can. But meanwhile, our provisional pole sitter, Saiful Arifin, is in the pits. But he's sitting pretty there with a 103.836. Muhammad Khalif is there in 15th position, 104.700, and then the other Speed Tavern car. Speed Tavern, like we were saying just now, a very, very experienced group of sim racers. They do host quite a lot of things on Assetto Corsa as well. There's Adi Remy Rashid in the SSAD car. Let us say SSAD has two teams entered, the SSAD team and the SSAD Go Racing team as well, so we'll see some interesting things from them. SSAD, an advanced and racing driver training school, so you can definitely tell that these guys are going to be very, very quick indeed. Muhammad Mohaimin, I believe he is teamless at the moment.
Yeah,
In
he's
24th position.
open for a team.
So he's probably going to be one of our fastest free agents on the market.
Yeah,
So
but currently for season 1 there are no prizes yet for team achievements. We're working on it. If any company that wants to support us, do give us an email or WhatsApp us. We'll be happy to carry your brand during this event.
So yeah, I mean, we have been quite lucky with our sponsorships so far. A very special thanks to all our sponsors before the end. Stream.My, they do premium streaming and cloud-based services. We've got Simnology, who are sim racing related as well.
Sim Racing Media.
Yes,
yeah.
Sim Racing Media.
Yeah.
So they're very, very, very nice to have them help us out with the coverage of this wonderful series. We have Pyko Media, Saiful Arifin's concern, doing all these liveries. Very, very big thank you to him as well for some very, very awesome liveries. If you want to pimp your iRacing liveries out, do head over and look out for Pyko Media. Sim racing enthusiasts, most of these drivers are members of what is proving to be Malaysia's most vibrant, well, one of the most vibrant communities in Southeast Asia when it comes to sim racing, as Tommy's use of their slides off the road. We're not too sure about that. Jazri Junos there in 40th position, and still with a 105, so you can tell that the competition is going to be absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And a special thanks to our broadcast sponsor, Todak Motorsports, along with Interformula and C-Zone. So Todak Motorsports, gaming peripherals par excellence, Interformula, Motorsports R&D department, as you saw in the advert at the start. Thanks to Karo Alang for directing that one. That was quite good, actually. And C-Zone, who's been one of our most loyal sponsors. So yeah, do check them out.
Let's look at Azli Dali.
Azli Dali there in 12th position. At this point, any improvement to your lap time is going to be an improvement in grid position. So this is going to go all the way to the end. It looks like Saiful Arifin and Ahmad Norazam have called it just about. We have only 10 seconds left in qualifying. Samir Aizan has just gone third fastest with a 104.214. I believe we have Wicket Low. He could make a bit of an impression on the leaderboards.
He's in all the sims I see in my newsfeed. He's quite active in sim racing.
Yep, he is one of those jack of all trades sim racers, a bit like Jimmy Broadbent. He will drive anything in any sim. And let's see if that experience can improve his position. No, it does not. Now qualifying is over, and we have quite a few cars still out on track. We'll see if... I don't think anybody's going to improve. It's going to be a bit too late. So we can call it Saiful Arifin is going to be our pole sitter. So for those of you who've just joined us, good evening, hello, and welcome to the Adrenaline Impact iRacing Malaysia Championship here at Tsukuba Circuit. The weather is nice and lovely and cool, 19 degrees Celsius, 39% humidity. The track temperature is a nice frosty 21 degrees C. That's going to be fantastic for the grip and the power of these cars. For those of you who've just joined us, my name is Matthew Palmer. I'll be doing the commentary alongside our director, Karo Alang, who will be manning the cameras. And in our stewards room, we have Paduka Shoaib. So once in a while, if you do hear another voice on the stream, it's going to be either our director or our race steward to give important announcements. But in the meantime, you can expect the soothing voices of myself as I panic at the start of this, what looked a full grid here at Tsukuba Circuit.
Full house.
46
Ooh.
cars
This is a
are
record
about
for us.
to start.
Yeah.
This might be the most amount of cars started at Tsukuba. And ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a standing start, so there's massive potential for big incidents at the start of the race, so hopefully we're keeping our fingers crossed that everything's going to go by clean. You guys can see the grid stretches all the way around the final corner. This is going to be absolutely fantastic stuff.
Yeah,
Here we
just
go.
I think you just could mention the first page. We'll just, yeah.
Pole position is Saiful Arifin with a fantastic 103.836, followed by Ahmad Nuarsam driving for Out of House FCR. In second position, Shami Aizan is with the Rab Pro Garage team in third. Dominic Ang is in the URT team in fourth position. Nigel Chua in Speed Tavern car. Ilham Hlabi is our first privateer in sixth position, followed by Wicket Low, SSAD Go Racing, Nur Rafi, Fadrizal Akmal, Jazrin Jali, Muhammad Afif, and Azli Dali in 12th position. Further down the field, we have Amir Faridian, Ruben Wong, Muhammad Khalif, Kelvin T, Zainul Hazim, Colin Cha, Shami Arizwi, Calvin Ha, Kelvinder Singh, Lloyd Lachlan, Malvinderjit Singh, and Aslan Manap.
Okay, they're getting ready for green.
We're getting very close to green flag running. We just have a few more people to try and line up. Shami Azri is yet to grid. Shamir Aizan is yet to grid, but most of them are on the grid as we speak. As soon as they're all on the grid, the 5 red lights will go on, and when they go off, it's ready to go. 4 lights, 5 lights, the 5 red lights are on, and they're off, and away they go, and it's a bad start for Shami Azri, and there's going to be quite a lot of 3 wide and 4 wide running into the first corner. Malvinderjit Singh just about gets through the front straightaway. A real traffic jam coming in through there. And we see the number 14, one of the URT cars getting knocked around. But at the moment, it looks like everyone is going quite cleanly through the first corner. That is amazing, just to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm seeing no crashes here. Thank God.
That you just spoke too soon. I believe I saw Aslan Manap's name go down the leaderboard with a red tick.
Red.
Still fairly amazing stuff indeed, and we have Paduka in the group there as well. So Paduka, hi.
Hi.
Yeah. Oh, kita baru nampak ada accident dekat final corner. Ada apa-apa announcement?
Tak ada, setakat ini tak ada.
Okay. So clean start jugalah.
Yep.
Nasib. So kita nampak ada Zainul Hazim yang ada sebuah insiden kecil di final corner, tapi amazing jugalah, 46 kereta boleh masuk kat dalam turn 1 dan 46 kereta dapat keluar. So anyways, that is an amazing start to the race. Not only was there a lot of chopping and changing for the lead, but everyone has managed to get through the first lap relatively okay. We only have a handful of cars in the pit, but that's going to be a-okay. Shami Aizan is first, followed by Nigel Chua, Dominic Ang, Ilham Halabi, Wade Kitlow, and Ahmad Norazam. We're trying to look for our pole sitter, and we can't find him.
Let me find him.
Cypher
Way
Arifin
back
is on pole.
38. What happened to him?
There must have been an incident down there at the final hairpin. He may have been caught up with that and gone into the pits. He's going to have a hell of a job trying to get back up the leaderboard from 38th position. Oh, no, maybe it's just a timing system there. He's just gone first.
Oh, yeah.
Occasionally, the timing system has a bit of a hiccup there because we have so many lead changes and position changes all up and down the leaderboard here. But so far, Cypher Arifin from Shami Aizan, Nigel Chua, Dominic Ang, Ilham Halabi, Wicket Low, Ahmad Norazam, and Fadrizal Akmal are top 8. And it looks like Dominic Ang had a good start. Ilham Halabi had a really rather nice start indeed. He's up in 4th position and challenging Dominic Ang. Now these guys, we have Dominic Ang, who is a sort of real life experience. We have Amir Farid Yan has had a bit of an incident. He's going down the leaderboard. But in the meantime, Dominic Ang is trying to fend off Ilham Halabi with Wicket Low also following very, very closely. Dominic Ang, the experience of the real world of motorsports, Ilham Halabi using some of his sim racing skills to try and keep up. They are nose to tail right now. Wicket Low just dropping a little bit further behind. Still within the danger zone, 0.6 seconds behind. Meanwhile, Jazrin Jali is getting closer and closer to Colin Chia in the Speed Tavern car, so we might see a position change down there in 13th position. It's going to be very, very interesting to see if these guys can get the overtaking done. But now it looks like everyone's going into a nice, settling into a nice rhythm. It's a 45-minute race, so you can't really win the race at the first lap, so hopefully we'll be able to keep everyone in nice even lines. I actually see Michael in the Discord server. Unfortunately he's muted, so I'm not too sure if he can hear us.
Whoa!
Ooh, there's a spin there from the number 78 car.
Izan.
Didn't quite catch. Who's that?
I think Izan, Teku Izan. Maybe.
No, I think
Oh, no,
Teku Izan's still going. I think that was Calvin Ha.
Oh, yeah. Calvin Ha.
So, wow. Now we're getting into a situation where spatial awareness is going to be absolutely key, trying to get the position of the cars in front and the cars behind, as everyone has managed to get themselves into a nice line going through the field. We'll see Tinku Izanle there in 15th position. He's about 2 seconds behind Jasmine Jali. He's going to have to watch out for Kilvinder Singh. He was getting closer behind him, but he's not going to have to worry about defending for another couple of laps, I'm sure. Meanwhile, we see Mohamed Zafri there in 21st position in one of the Todak Motorsports cars. He's doing quite well to keep the nose of that car clean. Had a fantastic start, and everyone's off and away. We had a bit of an incident down at the final hairpin, so I'm not too sure what happened there. We'll see Aslan Manap getting side by side. And he just about closes the door ahead of the rival there. He's in the Padawan team.
I don't know where the crash is.
I think he may have just run off the road. I believe on the first lap there was an incident at the final hairpin. So
let's see the front group.
Yep. The front group is quite close to each other there. That's Nigel Chua, Sami Aizan, and Saiful Arifin, pretty much all in a line.
Okay, they've bumped into traffic already, I think.
Yeah. So in lap 7, they've already bumped themselves into traffic. That's going to be a way of driving for them, a way of living for the next 39 minutes. But yeah, that's going to be very interesting to see these guys try and race going through the traffic. Dealing with the traffic is going to be absolutely crucial right now. Some of the drivers who are used to endurance racing will be very, very used to this sort of driving, trying to avoid traffic, trying to deal with stubborn traffic. Lapped, and what we mean by traffic is cars that have been lapped. So lapped traffic. You can see that Ahmad Razam battling with Woykit Low. He's got Lloyd Lachlan, who's also a lap down the 45 car there. We also have his teammate going through for Rizal Akmal. So those two guys are slowly but surely climbing up the leaderboard. We have the front group of cars there, just in shot. Ilham Halabi, Woykit Low and Ahmad Razam, they're fairly close to each other, but no danger so far. Azrael Nazli, meanwhile, is attacking, and he is trying to get past Jazri Junos. They're side by side. Managed to just swoop through and get himself into 27th position. So that's a very, very typical overtaking maneuver here at Suzuka Circuit. Meanwhile, further forwards rather, we have Jasmine Jali there, who is chasing Colin Chia. So it's the FCR car against the Speed Tavern machine. And again, the Auto House FCR car working as a team, trying to get the cars as high up the leaderboard as they can. And this is going to be a real art to try to drive in a train, in traffic, in a race. It's to try and pick your moments carefully there. As you can see there, Colin Chair almost getting into Afif's car, just about manages to make the move stick. But now he tries to go around, tries to lap Afif around the outside, but doesn't quite make it stick. Afif, better known to his friends as Taichi Yagami. And yeah.
Okay, let's go. Let's see what happens to where is Melvin Dajit?
Yeah, Melvin is well down the field in 20th position. He's usually quite far up the leaderboard in the top 10, but in 20th position, he's going to have quite a hard time. Oh, there's a car there who just pulled in front. I think that was Andre Underbar. It was a bit of an unsafe release right in front of Melvin there. That can't have been
unsafe entry.
Too smart on Andre Underbar's part. To be fair, he wouldn't have been able to see the traffic coming in, but then again, he should have been in his mirrors. When you try and join the racetrack, we do try and tell the drivers to join at a shallow angle instead of 90 degrees to the road, just to try and avoid near incidences than actual incidences like that one. But still, Noor Rafai is trying his hardest to try and catch Malvinderjit Singh. They're nose to tail right now, and they're in striking distance to Andre Badar, who is also in a bit of hot bother, because Malvinderjit Singh, having just had to slam on the brakes for him, will definitely be very interested in overtaking him as soon as he can. So Adi Rashid, aka Adi Rahimi, aka Adi Stoner, in 44th position in the SSAD car. That he's quite far down the leaderboard. I think he may have had a problem or two, but his car looks to be in good position, in good shape.
Yeah,
but
maybe he's done some repairs.
Yeah. He may have had to go to the pits earlier on for repairs. He's quite far down the leaderboard. We have Sharel Norafuddin is out. Ika Sherbin, not sure if he's out or not. Afisul Jai looks to be out. Muhammad Nurazam is out. And Budi Al Fahmi is out as well.
Let's see our leader group.
So now back to the lead. We have Nigel Chua still trying his hardest, go for the overtaking maneuver. Shami Aizan defends, coming into the final corner. That's the classic outbreaking location for overtaking here at Tsukuba circuit, but we know you can overtake at the 2 hairpins as well. So Shami Aizan will have to be watching behind him as closely as he can, and they don't want to let Saiful Arifin run away with the lead, that's for sure. And it looks like Shami Aizan manages to stay in front of Nigel Chua. But
Just
yeah, Nigel Chua very close behind. That's almost a touch, and Shami Aizan gets sideways. That might be the mistake that Nigel was looking for. Nigel gets into second position. So now Nigel is in second, 1.3 seconds behind Saiful Arifin. Will he be able to catch up? He's one of the other Speed Tavern cars. So he just dispatched Shami Aizan. Now Ilham Halabi is also at the head of a very dangerous queue. He's trying to chase Dominic Ang, but behind him is Woikit Low and Ahmad Norazam. Those 2 drivers will not want to let Ilham Halabi get away with things. Dominic is doing very well to stay in the top 5 right now. He's in 4th position. Beautiful slide coming out of the corner there. Ilham Halabi is trying his hardest to close the gap down, but as you can see from the relative position, is having to work very hard to just stay in touch. Now coming out of the first hairpin, Ilham Halabi is still trying to chase Woikit Low, but it looks like he's Dominic Ang. Woikit Low is still trying to catch up to the back of Ilham Halabi. Looks like Woikit is having a little bit more success than Ilham is when it comes to trying to catch the car ahead. And it looks like Woikit Low is very close to the back of Ilham Halabi. Ilham's going to have to look out going through here, and Woikit Low himself will have to look out for Ahmad Norazam. They decide not to make a move this time around. They're just a little bit too far away. These guys obviously trying to drive as safely and neatly as possible. But you can see the cars are still very close to each other. There's just having a quick look through the field. Only 2 seconds at most separate any one car, apart from Farzal Akmal, who's 6 seconds behind Ahmad Norazam. So there's really only 2 groups in it, and everyone is basically nose to tail going around the track here right now. The real challenge is further on into the race. We're going to have guys that have been lapped twice or 3 times. That's going to be where the challenge is. The speed differential is going to be fairly huge. So
for the viewers that don't know why the leaderboards are blue, indicated blue, can you explain to them?
Right, so the leaderboard is currently color-coded in order of lap. So you can see that Azrael Nazli and Aslan Manap and all these guys have just been passed by Saiful Arifin up ahead. So Saiful Arifin has lapped them. So the guys in blue are a lap behind, and the guys in white are the current lead lap. So anytime you look at the leaderboard, if it's red, it's a lap ahead of the cars we're looking at, and if it's blue, it's a lap behind. Obviously, we're looking at the guys on the lead lap right now. And speaking of lead lap, Nigel Chua is starting to catch Saiful Arifin, who's encountered a little bit of traffic there, so he's going to be very careful. Now, traffic can either help the car in front or hinder it. It's very easy for the lap traffic without the driver's knowledge sort of blocking the battle behind. So it's going to be very tricky to see. He hasn't pulled over yet, so Saiful Arifin, oh, now he does pull over. So now Saiful Arifin and Nigel Chua are a lot closer together than before that particular lapped car got out of the way, and in fact he's gone into the pits there. I believe that was T. And now half a second separates Nigel Chua from Saiful Arifin. It's going to be a very big challenge to try and see if they can catch the other drivers. That's car number 24. That's in...
Okay, wait.
I think the timing system's there just locked up a little bit.
Okay, let me do the reset there.
So we're going to have a quick reset, but it looks like Nigel Chua is getting closer and closer to Saiful Arifin, so... There we go. Faisal Akmal is 6 seconds behind Ahmad Norafuddin. We have the timing back up and running.
Okay, let's go to the mid pack. Well, let's see what's going on with Kelvinder.
So it looks like Kelvinder has gone quite far up the leaderboard there. Jazrin Jali he's now in a pack with Jazrin Jali and Muhammad Khalif. And Colin Chia is not too far behind as well. So Kelvinder Singh, I believe the last time we checked in on him, he was in 20th position. And now he's moved up into 12th, so he's gunning for that top 10. He wants to go as high up the leaderboard as he can, obviously for the points. Normally we see Kelvinder Singh further up the leaderboard than this, but he didn't have a very good qualifying and not a brilliant start to the race. But right now he's starting up his sort of fight from the rear of the grid. He's only 0.3 seconds away from Jazrin Jali, so Jazrin's got to really look out now. He's going to be under a lot of pressure. Kelvinder Singh is trying his hardest to get more speed than Jazrin Jali coming out of this section, because there is one sort of half a chance down at the final hairpin and one very, very big chance at the final carousel style corner at the end of the lap. So will he go for it here? No. Kelvinder Singh will try and get the best exit he can coming out of that hairpin. He's got the whole back straight to try and draft Jazrin Jali. Will he be able to pull out? No. Jazrin Jali decides to turn in early to try and cover off the inside. Kelvinder had to lose a little bit of time there, but they're both very, very close to each other still. And now Kelvinder Singh goes for the outbraking maneuver. Will he be able to pull it off? No, he does not. Jazrin Jali manages to pull in front of him, and he still has the lead, and now they're coming into some more traffic up ahead. This time it isn't lap traffic. They are also fighting for position. Muhammad Khalif and Ruben Wong are up ahead with Faisal Akmal, so the battle between 7th and 11th position. The big 7-11 fight here in the middle of the pack that we seem to always have. Kelvinder Singh is in 11th position. Will he be able to get overtake? No, it's just a little bit too tight. Will he be able to do it? He's side by side with Jazrin Jali. This is going to be a very, very tight battle coming into the final corner. The cars ahead are going to play a big part in this. Will Kelvinder Singh be able to get it in? Yes, he manages to get up into the top 10 positions. Jazrin Jali drops down another position, and now he's going to have to chase after Muhammad Khalif up ahead. Kelvinder Singh now really sidling up through the leaderboard there. He tries to go for a move on Khalif, but Khalif covers him off. This is some remarkable driving here. You can see the 3 positions in front of him, all within a second of each other. Now he dives into the inside. Will he be able to make it work there in the middle hairpin? No, he won't. Now down into the 3rd hairpin through the Dunlop curves here. He has to be very, very gentle through this section. And now he's going to come up to another braking zone. Will he be able to overtake Khalif now? No, he's just too far behind in order to make that move work. But still, there is a virtual roadblock in front of Muhammad Khalif. It's going to be very, very difficult for Kelvinder to try and overtake. Will he be able to do it on the brakes here? No, he won't. Muhammad Khalif just a little bit too far ahead of him, so Jazrin Jali will have to, Kelvinder Singh will have to try and overtake Muhammad Khalif coming up through here. Meanwhile, Faisal Akmal, Ruben Wong also trying to go for an overtake. There's too many cars attempting, too many dive bombs coming to turn 1, so we don't see any position changes so far, but Muhammad Khalif had to take the wide line coming through there, so has that got himself? Yes, Kelvinder Singh has got himself into the inside. Muhammad Khalif has gone wide. Now they're side by side coming in through the Dunlop curves. This is not the smartest place to try and make an overtaking maneuver work, but they're still side by side through the second part of the Dunlop curve. And Kelvinder Singh has managed to get ahead. So that is another car off Kelvinder Singh's list. He is now into 9th position. He's got Ruben Wong up ahead, and he's very close up ahead, so he might be able to do this on drafting. Within 2 laps, we might see 4 position changes for Kalvinder Singh. He's managed to overtake 12 cars. Can he make it to the 13th by the end of this lap? No, he cannot. He's going to have to wait for the next lap and that first turn. The big braking zone coming into the first hairpin. Across the line, will he be able to go for the overtaking maneuver here? He knows Ruben Wong. He knows he's going to be a safe driver, but Ruben manages to cover him off, as is his right. And Ruben has to take that inside line because he's been bogged down by another car up ahead for Rizal Akmal. And we have another lapped driver up ahead, Shahril, in 46th position, who's out there on the track as well. So a lot of these guys will be raring to get out up ahead. Farizal Akmal is in 7th position. You can see the amount of time he's lost just defending and making sure that he is not going to be under attack.
Whoa!
He's been clipped. Kalvinder Singh is trying to overtake Ruben Wong, but he's clipped another driver in the process. So that's going to be very contentious indeed. Ruben Wong managed to escape, but Kalvinder Singh went for the dive bomb, and he's just clipped Farizal Akmal. So there's going to be some words exchanged, I suspect, later on in the evening. We're going to have another look at that incident there. Farizal Akmal was into the braking zone, and Kalvinder Singh tries to go for the overtaking maneuver, and
netcode. There's a netcode.
Netcode. It just looks like a netcode incident, and that's when the connection lags behind a little bit. So Farizal Akmal unfortunately disappeared off the screen. Perhaps it disappeared off in a particularly different way for Kalvinder Singh. So unfortunately, that looks to be a racing incident, but Kalvinder was way too hot coming into that corner. He was just unlucky for Farizal Akmal. If he wasn't there, Kalvinder probably could have made that corner stick. But as it is, he's quite far down the leaderboard there. I think he may have been given the penalty. But as it stands right now, Ruben Wong is still at the head of that field. Mohammed Khalif is in 7th position at the head of the field, with Ruben Wong in 8th, Jaswin Jali in 9th, and Colin Chia about 2 seconds behind this group. Because Steve Mohammed Khalif is defending quite hard from Ruben Wong. Ruben Wong would really want to be in the top 5 positions, and he has to get past Mohammed Khalif right now in order to be able to catch up with the front. 15 seconds is a lot of time, and we're already halfway through the race. So it's going to be a real challenge for the experienced Malaysian. Ooh, sideways for both drivers. Mohammed Khalif spun. Ruben Wong got really very, very sideways indeed, trying to avoid the incident. And in the melee, Jaswin Jali has managed to overtake both cars. So this has been absolutely amazing. So now Jaswin Jali is in 7th position, Ruben Wong in 8th. He manages to keep his position there. But that was a very, very sideways Mohammed Khalif who got Ruben Wong sideways, and coming out of there, it was accident
I think we missed Kalvinder's crash. I think he crashed. Oh no, he just went into
the pits.
He went into pits. Okay. Let's go on back.
He went into the pits and missed. That's
unfortunate.
That's slightly interesting approach to that final corner there.
To pit or not to pit?
I don't think he was trying to do anything too tricky through there, but there you have it. I think he just plain old missed the entrance to the pits. Trust me, guys, it doesn't look as easy as it does on screen. Even the pros get it wrong sometimes. Wicket Low is in 6th position. He is well ahead of Jaswin Jali. He doesn't have to worry about that, but right now he is about 1.3 seconds behind Ilham Halabi, who has something really big to worry about right up ahead. Dominic Ang is fighting with Shame Aizan. This is the battle for 3rd position. Dominic Ang is going around the inside. Shame Aizan has to go around the outside. Dominic Ang manages to make the move stick. Now will Ilham Halabi be able to do anything coming into this corner here?
I think that was Shopian. A back marker. He was trying to avoid.
Right. Shamir is up ahead.
Yeah. Let's see what's going on with Shamir.
Alright, so Shamir is 2.6 seconds 0.6 seconds in third position behind Nigel Chua. So he's going to be fighting quite hard indeed. Yeah, he's going to be trying to fight his way, claw his way up to Nigel Chua. They are now side by side. And yeah, Sami Aizan is catching Nigel Chua at a hell of a rate right now. He's gone from 0.7 seconds up to 0.4 seconds. So in the meantime, Jasrin Jali is under pressure from Ruben Wong. He was up ahead at that massive fight in the fight in the lower half of the top 10 there. That was going on and on and on, and had all those rather entertaining incidents. We've had Kelvinder join the fight and lose out. We had Khalif join the fight and lose out. Meanwhile, right now we have Jasrin Jali trying his best to try and pull away from the veteran Ruben Wong. Tsukuba Zanle is behind in the other URT Tedco car. He is in 9th position. So they're running 8th and 9th, and Dominic Ang in 4th position. This looks very good for their team chances. Meanwhile, Nigel Chua is out. Saifur Arifin is out. That can't be right. It looks like Nigel Chua and Sami Aizan have gone
Actually,
out.
it's a system timing notification. If we don't detect them, maybe it's either it's
There we go.
Yeah.
Because they're fighting for the lead right now. Nigel Chua and Sami Aizan
Oh, what
only half a
happened?
second. And I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
happened
Okay.
up ahead
I think
there.
there's now.
There we go.
Yeah.
They're now fighting for second position. It's just the timing system is just giving us a little bit of a heart attack moment there. But we are now back, guys. And 0.6 of a second behind Nigel Chua is Sami Aizan, who will be trying to push as hard as he can to try and catch up with the leaders. In the meantime, Dominic Ang has some real drama behind him with Ilham Halabi hot on the tail of Dominic Ang, rather. Saifur Arifin is gone into the pits right now.
Yeah. Let's see his speed time. Should be around. Oh. Yeah. That's the total time for pit, and they
Yes.
will be subtracted to the
To get the stopped time,
yeah,
so
the elapsed
we'll
time.
see on the bottom there.
Yeah.
Just like in Formula 1,
Yeah,
we'll have the
16
total
seconds.
time in the
Yeah.
pits.
Yeah.
Total time in the pits and the time stopped, so 36 seconds. That's the time roughly lost through the pit stop there. But he's come out in 8th position. He's going to have to fight quite hard to try and get back up through the field. I believe some of the drivers were saying that if you were careful with the tyres and the fuel consumption, you'd be able to get through the race in one piece. But meanwhile, Saifur Arifin is the first of the one-stoppers to take his first pit stop. Meanwhile, Nigel Chua and Sami Aizan are now finally fighting for the lead, for real this time. And it looks like Sami Aizan is very, very close. He's going in for the dive bomb, but he decides not to take it. He bails on the overtaking attempt.
At this rate,
But,
if they are driving quite aggressively, there will be definitely a fuel. Yeah, definitely you have to stop for fuel. But some guys said if you drive for fuel saving technique,
You'll be able to.
yeah, you can last the whole race.
Yeah, that's what I just mentioned just now with the pit strategies. I'm not too sure if Nigel Chua and Sami Aizan can last another 15 laps, but right now they are in first and second position. Wicket Low is 5 seconds behind. You can see him just about in the distance behind there, and yeah, it looks like Sami Aizan has decided to back off. Well, is he trying to save fuel? We're not too sure. Nigel Chua is in the lead. He's still pushing fairly hard. I think he wants to try and get enough of a gap between himself and Sami Aizan. Meanwhile, we see the cars begin to come into the pits. We have Wicket Low in 4th position. He's come in. We'll have Dominic Ang, who's also just gone in. So we'll see Jaswin Jali begin to overtake them.
I think they filled for half tank for maybe.
Yeah, they could also do that as well. I think the timing system's frozen again.
Okay, let me give a
There some
shout
weird
out
things
to
going
that.
on.
Oh, this happens when
We have 46 cars.
yeah,
in the
46.
races.
That's why we're trying to minimize entries. But okay, should be okay right now.
There we go. So yeah, that's what got me a little bit confused, because it looked like Wicket was in the pits and still in 4th position, even though I could see Jaswin Jali passing him. So we have Nigel Chua, Shami Aizan, Ilham Halabi and Jaswin Jali, along with Ruben Wong in 5th position. I believe the top 5 have not pitted yet. Saiful Arifin is the first to have pitted. The real question is going to be which one of these 5 drivers can make it to the end on fuel. So I know some of these guys would have short fueled and deliberately gone for the early pit stop. Some of them have gone for the full load of fuel and pushed the cars pretty hard, so they would have had to take a pit stop out of necessity. And as some of the drivers have said, they might be able to make it all 45 minutes without a pit stop. So right now, Saiful Arifin will be fighting as hard as he can to try and get back up through the leaderboard. He's got Ruben Wong in his sights. Jaswin Jali 60 minutes up the road. Ilham Halabi a further 5 seconds, sorry. Jaswin Jali 16 seconds ahead up the road, so he's going to try and make that gap as small as possible. So he's going to have to try and push hard to get past Ruben Wong and get the gap down as low as he can, so that when they do pit, or if they pit, he'll be able to overtake them at the pit stops and come out the other side in the lead. So Ruben Wong doesn't really fight too hard for Saiful Arifin. I believe Ruben may have known that Saiful Arifin went to the pits there, so he wouldn't have tried too hard to defend. But one of the things for sure, Ruben Wong will try and stay as close as he can to the back of Saiful Arifin's car. Meanwhile, Sami Aizan is still on the back of Nigel Chua. These 2 drivers have been inseparable since the start. Sami Aizan and Nigel Chua they're trying to be as close as they can, it seems, throughout the race. We've had, by my calculations here on the screen, only 5 cars on the lead lap. Yes, the key stop. Nigel Chua, yeah. So it looks like Saiful Arifin is in clean air. He's pulling away from Ruben Wong, but he's not necessarily catching Jaswin Jali, so this is going to worry Saiful Arifin a little bit. You will want to see that gap between Saiful Arifin and Jaswin Jali go down as quickly as he can, because the next step up for him will be Ilham Halabi. The challenge for Saiful Arifin now is to try and push as hard as he can to try and get into the top of into the top position for the pits. Govinder Singh has gone down again in the leaderboards. We saw him have that incident. He missed the pit entrance to boot, so he has lost quite a lot of time, and in fact he is quite a few laps behind by my reckoning.
That's so sad. he should be in the top 10.
He really should win, but unfortunately that's racing. Sometimes you win some and you really lose some, and that's very, very that must really take a little piece of his soul out, because we know how competitive he is. But hopefully he'll be able to get his mojo back for the second race. There's 9 minutes to go to the end of the race, and Wicket Low is still in the top 10 positions. He's overtaken Ruben Wong. Ruben Wong is in the pits. We have Farizal Akmal in the pits as well. So it looks like Sami Aizan and Nigel Tsukuba are still in the lead. Sami Aizan trying to get himself set up for what looks like a battle over the last
Let's see
4 or 5
Eka.
laps.
Oh, okay. So this was just when they
In the
go
pits.
they go to pits. Sometimes it detects as crash. I don't know why.
Perhaps it's just a little bit too sensitive because when you get a wheel on the grass, it might count as an off-track incident.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, Wicket Low is now in 6th position with Saiful Arifin in 5th, Jezrin Jali in 4th, Sami Aizan in 3rd, Nigel Chua in 2nd. Sorry, Nigel Chua in 1st, Sami Aizan in 2nd, Ilham Halabi in 3rd, Saiful Arifin 4th, and Jezrin Jali has gone into the pit. So Saiful Arifin now has that gap to the cars in front, 19 seconds. He might be able to make this work. So in his position right now, if the top 3 pit, and it looks like they'll be pushing hard enough that they will need to pit, then Saiful Arifin will come out in the lead. Ilham Halabi is trying to drive conservatively. He's 7 seconds behind the leaders. And it looks like the strategic game is beginning to play out. So we know that Saiful Arifin has pitted. He is in actually a very good position. If the top 3 decide to pit, Ilham Halabi is also in a...
Nigel Chua has gone.
So now Nigel Chua has gone into the pits. So he's the first one to drop out of the fight for the lead. He's going to have to go for a splash and dash. He'll try and put as little amount of fuel as possible into the cars. At this rate, their black boxes will be open. They'll be thinking about pit strategy. Will they just come in for a fuel-only stop? Will they try to change tyres and gut onto some faster tyres? Saiful Arifin now is in the top 3. Ilham Halabi is in 2nd and Sami Aizan is in 1st position. The question is, will Sami Aizan and Ilham Halabi be able to make it to the end? 38 minutes, 39 minutes. There's only 6 minutes left in the race. It's really going to come down to this. Will Sami Aizan and Ilham Halabi be able to get far enough away? And if they do pit, can they make the pit stop short enough? Sami Aizan is now in the pits. Ilham Halabi is going to overtake him on track. 30 meters, 20 meters, 10 meters. Ilham Halabi is now taking the lead. So Sami Aizan has now dropped out. You're going to be watching for Saiful Arifin. Ilham Halabi is now in the lead. There you can see Sami Aizan has come out. Has he come out ahead of Saiful Arifin?
Yes. He's still ahead of.
So that looks like
Very
he's
short
gone
pit
in
stop.
for a, it looks like he's gone in for a splash and dash, as we call it. So he's only gone in just long enough to put in the required amount of fuel, or what he thinks is the required amount of fuel for the last 5 minutes of the race. So this is going to be very, very interesting indeed. He's just pulled out in front of Teguh Ezan, who's going very, very quickly, trying to drive away from his rivals behind him. But it looks like Ilham Halabi is in the lead, followed by Sami Aizan and Saiful Arifin. Sami Aizan is 15 seconds behind, so if Ilham Halabi can somehow manage that gap, let that gap come down, back off, and try and cruise to the finish, Sami Aizan might be in trouble. If Ilham Halabi pits, Sami Aizan may have done what is a fantastic move there. Saiful Arifin is quite close behind, so he's going to try and put as many lapped cars between himself and Saiful Arifin. But when it comes to strategy, it looks like the big winner might be Sami Aizan. Ilham Halabi is 15 seconds up the road. It's going to be a real question of whether he can get that gap down. Of course, the more laps Ilham Halabi does, the less fuel he has to put into the car, and the shorter the pit stop is going to be. So it looks like Saiful Arifin took a full tyre and fuel pit stop. Sami Aizan only had a quick splash and dash. He would have taken on maybe 5 or 10 litres, as little as he could possibly get away with. And now we just have to see if Ilham Halabi can get his car to the finish. This is nail-biting stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Ilham Halabi goes around for another lap. Will he be able to keep going? Shami Aizan there in second position. We don't know what the gap is. 12 seconds. So Shami Aizan is now catching Ilham Halabi by quite a bit. But with 42 out of the 45 minutes, there's only 3 minutes left. 2, maybe 3 laps left to go. It doesn't look like Shami Aizan will be able to catch Ilham Halabi. So now the big question is going to be, is Ilham Halabi going to be able to finish the race on the fuel level he's got? Saiful Arifin there, he's also going to be a factor. If Ilham drops out, Samir Aizan and Saiful Arifin are close enough that it could turn into a last lap battle. Meantime, Mohammed Mohaimin there is in 10th position with Colin Shah well up the road, but he's going to watch out. He will want to try and keep his top 10 position, or right now a top 9 position. As you can see, a big lockup from Mohammed Khalif, who was right up there in the top of the group there. He's going for an overtake. Will he be able to get past Noor Rafai? No, he won't. But this group is going to be chopping and changing all up and down the leaderboard there. You can see Mohammed Khalif trying to deal with the back marker, Jasri Junos. He's done that. Now he's right on the back of Rafi, but he's been hit. He's been hit from behind.
I think he inflicted. This is self-inflicted.
I'm not too sure. It looks like contact because it's quite a big shock to the car. In order to get the car sideways like that, we'll have a look.
Sorry. Let's go back. Live.
Meanwhile, Ruben Wong is still trying to deal with Mohammed Mohaimin behind him. Tamizi behind him. That wouldn't matter too much for the positions. I think they're just having a little bit of fun right now. Ruben Wong is a full lap ahead of Tamizi. But there's Noor Rafai, who's going to go for an overtaking maneuver. He's going to get overtaken, rather, by Mohammed Mohaimin.
He's behind Mohammed Mohaimin.
Yes. So it looks like he was trying to go for an overtaking maneuver around the outside, and it hasn't worked. He's tried it a second time. They are very, very close to each other. It looks like they're gonna have a change any time now. It looks like, is it correct that Shami Aizan is now side by side with Ilham Halabi? No, it's Saiful Arifin.
Yeah, Shami got P1. Let me try to rewind. We missed that.
It looks like Ilham Halabi's out of fuel.
Oh my.
It looks like Shami Aizan has managed to make the fuel gamble work. Ilham Halabi has gambled and failed. He looks like he's out of fuel. That is unbelievable. He's going to have the entire field go past him. If he can't make it to the pits, he's cruising to try and get it there. Meanwhile, it is now 45 minutes. We're on the final lap. That's how close it was. If the race had finished 1 lap earlier, he would have won it on fuel conservation. Unfortunately, he didn't. He's going to now have to come into the pits, put literally half a litre in the car just to be able to finish the race.
Let's go back to the leaders.
He's going to finish down in the back of the field. Shami Aizan is now in first position. Saiful Arifin is 3 seconds behind. There's not going to be enough time. Shami Aizan is in the lead. He's only got a few more corners left to go. He has done a brilliant strategic maneuver over the last few laps of the race, coming in and having the shortest of pit stops just for enough fuel to get by. I don't even think he's changed tyres. He's still on the same tyres he started the race with. Ladies and gentlemen, this is quite remarkable. Shami Aizan has managed to play the fuel game perfectly. He has outfoxed Saiful Arifin. He has outduped Ilham Halabi, one of our 2 quickest drivers, and Shami Aizan crosses the line and he finishes the race. He wins the race. That is unbelievable. Saiful Arifin is in second position, a few seconds behind. Wicket Low get his podium position. He'll be very happy with that. Amman Noor Azam now in 4th position, being followed by
Sofian
in back marker. So Amman Noor Azam comes in for 4th position. Jazrin Jali will come in further 10 seconds behind in 5th. and Ilham Halabi. Oh dear, Ilham Halabi almost had it all, but unfortunately he has
Yeah, but
lost
he finished the race. That's quite.
he went into the pits. He just about got into the pits, which was very, very fortunate indeed. It could have been worse, but he is in the top 10 position in 6th. Ruben Wong finishes in 7th, and we have Mohammed Mohaimin, who's still battling with Nur Rafe. Will he be able to overtake? No, he will not be able to overtake. That was almost a carbon copy of the incident we had there. Whew. So that's our top 10. Shami Aizan, Saifur Arifin, Wicked Low, Amanur Azam, Jazwin Jali, Ilham Halabi, Ruben Wong, Muhammad Mohamed, Nur Rafe, and Muhammad Khalif. Well, we have Paduka in our Discord server. Paduka, hi.
Hai.
Oi, bagaimanalah kesakitan pada Ilham Halabi?
Saya menjagakan mungkin ada masalah salah kiraan minyak kot.
Ya, itu
Dia
dia.
dah nampak dia safe sebenarnya. Dalam perlombaan apa jua kemungkinan boleh saja berlaku.
Ya, betul.
Walaupun kita tahu ada beberapa insiden yang berlaku, tapi kita tengok dari segi perjalanan ataupun dari segi perlombaan ini, kita tengok dianya masih lagi dalam keadaan terkawal. Yes.
Walaupun ada banyak sangat kereta, mungkin lagi banyak kereta daripada Tsukuba sendiri yang rela berlumbakan, tapi nampaknya macam agak safe racing juga ya.
Yep.
So dalam insiden-insiden yang agak kecil juga tu, ada tak apa-apa yang mungkin mencurigakan sikit pada Paduka?
Okay, so masih lagi ada beberapa kereta yang tentang blue flag. So kita faham masalah tu biasanya mungkin di kalangan driver dia, maksud saya di kalangan sim driver dia kurang faham apa yang patut dia buat, apa yang perlu dia buat, dan macam mana dia nak lepaskan kereta. Kebanyakannya kadang-kadang situasi di mana dia orang depan dan juga orang belakang pun sedang fight dengan dia, dan tiba-tiba terselit satu kereta yang dah overlap dia satu, so dia tak tahu macam mana dia nak bagi. So benda-benda macam tu kita ambil kira juga sebenarnya. Beberapa yalah, kalau kita masuk dalam Discord dalam percakapan ni, ramai yang komplain macam, oi kenapa tak bagi apa-apa, dan kita faham. Kita akan ambil tindakan kalau benda tu betul-betul, maksudnya macam ada setengah mungkin dirancang untuk block ataupun apa sajalah.
Okey, sekejap Paduka.
Kalau ada perkara itu berlaku, tapi so far setakat ini dalam perlombaan isu blue flag saja, yang lain tu masih lagi dalam kawalan.
Okey, sekarang kita
ada our race winner Syamil Aizan. Bagaimana perasaan dapat memenangkan round 1?
Agak stress juga race ni, because I think dalam lap ke 11 ke 12 gitulah saya spun daripada nombor 2 ke nombor 3. Then I think I fight sampai end of race dengan Nigel. I think Nigel kot.
Nigel
I think Nigel pit dulu, then I masuk the last pit lah. So I think I undercut Arifin sekali lah untuk P1.
So nampaknya salah satu faktor untuk kemenangan tu strategi lah pada kali ni.
Mungkin strategi sebab banyak back marker jugalah, so dia contribute untuk I undercut Nigel dengan Arifin.
Apa perasaan bila ternampak kereta Ilham tengah slow dekat sebelah track tu?
Perasaan perasaan kalau boleh nak menang lah race ni.
Dia mesti terkejut sikit je kalau
betul. Tapi saya expect dia tak ni lah, tak masuk pit kot. Dia nak try finish the race dengan tak masuk pit lah.
Itulah nampaknya. Tapi congratulations, kalau fahaman saya dapat prize Todak snapback cap. So do enjoy that. Dan kamu pun sekarang jadi leader untuk championship pada masa sekarang. So congratulations. Ada siapa-siapa tak yang nak shout out sebelum kita off?
Special thanks.
Special thanks.
Saya nak special thanks kepada saya punya partner lah, Syaril. Dia tadi daripada kampung terus buat livery untuk kita punya team lah. So thank you so much for him.
Okay, Syame is also pilot for Asia, captain So your flight schedule dah ada balik ke macam mana?
Still belum lagi lah. I think by July atau Ogos lah kita start flying back lah.
Okay, best of luck.
Thank you.
Best of luck and safe travels.
Alright, thank you Max, thank you Khairul.
Okay, thanks.
Alright,
so that was Shami Aizan, our race winner. So congratulations to him. That was a well thought out victory. He had a feeling that Ilham Halabi was trying to make it on fuel alone, so he decided to undercut Saiful Arifin. That was an inspired maneuver from Shami Aizan. Saiful Arifin there in second position. Just a quick rundown of the leaderboard here. Shami Aizan wins from Saiful Arifin. Wicket Low is in third position. Norazam fourth. Jazrin Jali fifth. Followed by Ilham Halabi, Ruben Wong, Muhammad Mohamed, Nur Rafai, Muhammad Khalif, Malvindijit Singh, Tunku Ezan Lay, Dominic Ang, Nigel Chua, Farizal Akmal, Azril Nazli, Azam Manap, and Shami Azri, our top 18 drivers. Further down the leaderboard, we have Taufik Tahir, Lloyd Lachlan, Azman Abdullah, Faiz Aslan, Sharul Jafar, Kelvin T, Tamizi Yusuf, Andri Abadar, Afizul Jai, Jasri Junos.
Next.
Two. So we have Sharul Jafar, Kelvin T, Tamizi Yusuf, Andri Abadar, Afizul Jai, Jasri Junos, Zainul Hazim, Eddie Adrian, Sopian Said, Rashid Raidel, Muhammad Afif, Azam Azni, Muhammad Nurazam, Colin Chia, Calvin Ha, and Ika Shabribin. And further down there we have Muhammad Zikri, Budi Al Fahmi, Shariel Norafuddin, Kelvinder Singh, Adi Rami Rashid, Muhammad Zafri, Azli Dali, and Amir Farid Yan. 46th and last car out there. Whew. That has been one heck of a race there, and I must admit the tension that was under at the last few laps, that has been amazing. We've had some fantastic pit lane strategies going through the leaderboard.
Let's review the race start.
So we're going to have a quick look at the race start. Paduka, apa pandangan pada race start? Agak safe juga ya?
Yep, memang safe dan kita dapat lihat sportsmanship yang ada pada pelumba-pelumba ni. Dan sebenarnya macam saya cakap tadi, kita sangat takut bukan pasal apa, sebab sebelum ni kita dah lihat 20 orang pelumba, 10 orang pelumba, 20 orang pelumba, 25 orang pelumba di kalangan iRacer ataupun di kalangan orang yang biasa bermain di platform iRacing. So bila ada 46 driver ni, saya perhati juga ada 5 orang, 5 ke 7 orang macam tu yang daripada platform Race Room, dan ada juga yang daripada platform GT Sport. So mereka ni sebenarnya mereka ni dalam satu community yang sama juga, community sim racer. So saya menjangkakan sebenarnya setiap platform sim ni dia berlainan, dia punya konsep dari segi penalti ataupun fahaman mereka tentang blue flag atau apa sajalah. So, tapi saya tengok bila standing ni ianya satu perlumbaan yang menarik. First round yang memang menarik.
Ya, itu dia, kita ada aksi daripada depan field sekali dengan Ilham Halabi habisan petrol sampai ke midfield tu, yang daripada posisi 7 sampai posisi ke-11 tak confirm sampai last lap. Sampai dekat hujung-hujung sekali, fight up and down the field. Memang exciting jugalah. Tapi nampaknya agak clean walaupun exciting. So ni mungkin good sign lah. So kita tengok dekat start tu ada yang 4 wide, 5 wide, tapi mungkin ada touching sikit-sikit. Tapi selepas tu nampaknya macam tak ada insiden besar ya.
Ya, betul.
Traffic jam balik kampung.
Ya, itu dia.
Ni balik KL ni.
Yalah.
Walaupun ada beberapa insiden yang berlaku, Tapi yang saya lihat ini bukanlah masalah yang seperti pelanggaran yang ini. Mungkin ada juga beberapa yang mistake warm-up raya apa semua kan. So apa-apa pun bagi pihak saya mengucapkan tahniah kepada pihak Adrenaline Impact dan juga rakan-rakan penaja yang lain kerana untuk round yang pertama ni bagi saya anda telah berjaya melakukan perempat ini.
Terima kasih sangatlah Paduka. Dan kalau ada apa-apa ataupun siapa-siapa nak ada apa ucapan tak nak bagi kepada racers untuk round kedua nanti?
Okey, saya ambil kesempatan ni untuk ucapkan apa kata untuk next round kita akan kekalkan juga mood perlombaan sebegini dan juga sportsmanship sebegini. Kemudian kita akan tambah baik lagi untuk beri pemahaman dan juga briefing sebelum perlombaan, bukan ketika perlombaan, sebelum perlombaan kita ada tempoh dalam 2-3 hari ni untuk kita brief driver lebih lagi supaya mereka faham tentang etika berlumba. Dan untuk Max, terima kasih kerana menjadi kompetitor terbaik abad ini.
Sama-sama.
Syamil was dropped to 39
So Syamil Aizan memang fantastic lah dia punya story. He dropped down to 39th, so from 39th to first position, and he managed to win the race on
what happened
strategy.
to him, Let's see what happened to him.
So we're going to try and rewind and see how far Syamil Aizan, because he was in third position at the start of the race. And it looked like he blinked out there for a little bit. Was it probably a netcode error or just a bad start?
He was leading good.
Yeah, he was fighting with the first place, and we're not too sure if he started or got involved in that incident at the final hairpin on the first lap. So we'll track Syamil Aizan through the first lap here. He's still doing quite well. Nice clean driving so far, coming into and out of the Dunlop curves. Now coming into the final hairpin. No problem so far. It might have been in the final corner before the start-finish straight where, if anything wrong happened.
Or maybe it was a timing glitch.
Yeah, we had quite a few timing glitches at the start.
Yeah, it was a timing glitch.
Yeah, perhaps it was, yes.
See, he dropped there. It's not the iRacing timing glitch, but
the SDK timing, yes.
So I
because
better
he was still in the
report this to them.
yeah.
But he's still leading here. See, this is when
Yes.
you went haywire.
Yeah, because the entire timing system conked out on me, and I had a
or maybe it's just
46
way too much participants. Maybe,
Well,
yeah.
perhaps way too much participants for the timing system that we're using right now. So that's okay. We'll try our best to get
But
that
the
sorted out
important,
for round two.
the important thing is the final when with the race finished, all the standings were correct.
Yes. So I can definitely assure you that the final results, iRacing's own timing system kept working throughout the confusion. So we do apologize for any confused viewers out there. I was trying my hardest to try and keep.
There you go. For
There
lap
we go,
for
everything.
lap 2, they lost their position on the
Yeah.
timing system. It's okay. It's just a glitch. Don't worry,
But
guys. All the real information are in the iRacing data.
Yep. So everything's been logged in the iRacing database. Everything will be official as soon as the official results get posted up after any protests or anything like that. But it does look like Syamil Aizan will keep that win from Saiful Arifin. And yeah.
Okay, so we have to wrap it up now. We're gonna go
Right.
for a stewards meeting.
So we're going to head off to the stewards meeting. Paducah has just gone there. So a special thanks to Paducah for being our steward for this evening. He's been absolutely fantastic in his role so far. A thank you to our director, Khairul Alang, and to all our sponsors, Stream.My, Simnology, Pyko Media, Sim Racing Enthusiasts, Todak Motorsports, Interformula, and C-Zone. And it's a special thank you for joining us on the first round of the Adrenaline Impact iRacing Malaysia Championship. It's myself, Matt Palmer. See you later. Ta-ra.
Hi, I'm Matt from Interformula, and welcome to our Research and Development Center. We do all forms of research and development, all the way from designing and developing our own race cars, to simulators, to running cars in racing series and rallying all over the world. We also do a lot in the Asian Classic Car Championship, so do look out for us. For any information, do contact us with the number down below.